we're here. JD Talkin Sports, trying something new today. I forgot to reach out to Josh, and I forgot to reach out to everybody else, Bumbles and whatever. But, great day because in Spectrum, on Spectrum, gotta love Spectrum. Spectrum, last night, football game started. You got Utah versus Florida, and all our ESPN done. Finito. No more. And I was like, what's going on here? I'm like, oh, no, it's gone. They wanted more money, so I sent something to Michigan and an email today, which basically, talked about all the bullshit about the, I guess the fees they're charging. Spectrum doesn't want to pay anymore. So that means ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, ACC Network, SEC Network. And so I went on the app, ESPN Plus app. Now, I don't know if Disney's going to work. Disney, I didn't check it today, but the Disney app might not work. So I went on there. Couldn't watch US Open last night. Couldn't watch football last night. Can't watch football this weekend. My parents have Optimum. Because they have Optimum, I'm allowed to go on there and I can, I can try that one to see if that works. But I was like, holy shit. FX, What We Do in the Shadows? Nope, that doesn't work anymore. Freeform, all the Disney channels. So that's all gone. Finito. End of story. Done. I just was like, holy shit, man. Holy shit. Yeah. Now, and on top of it, they're doing some work on our garage. Our garage is on 48th Street. They're moving us to 53rd and Sutton Place, like further and all the way over by the water. They said they told us after the fact they moved their car. They had to do some work in the garage, so they moved our car after the fact. So that happened today too. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I just think it's kind of funny all this stuff happening right now. So that happened too. Stockton is playing tonight against Centenary, first game of the season. Thomas, go out there and kick some ass. Ospreys, kick some ass tonight. I'm excited about that. Now, I got a response back, very interestingly enough. I got a response back from the Space City Screwballs. And he said, thanks for the bump. I wish I could tell you more about the guy in the flyer. The picture I posted had a guy in the flyer. He said, I was in a pinch, and he's from an AI art generator. So it's not anyone specific. I asked for a 50-ish baseball player and then played with it and finished out the flyer. He didn't get to make it until a couple days ago, but yeah, the Sandlot Revolution is alive and well in Texas. Probably at least 24 new teams in Texas in the past 2-3 years. Hardball pitching ranges from 55 to 70 miles per hour for the most part. Every now and then you see a guy who's still got some more gas, and it's absolute blast. Thanks again. I said, thank you. Now, if you see, I have a picture up on my IG today. An Iranian weightlifter was banned for life from the sport for his interactions with a competitor from Israel. Mustafa Raji finished second in his division at the 2023 World Master. We're talking about the Masters. These are guys who used to, competing at a different World Masters championship on Saturday. And after the medal presentation, shook hands with third place finisher Maxim Svirsky of Israel. They also took a photo together, which I have. The picture. I have another picture of the three of them. It doesn't. There's a guy with the three guys who placed. The Iran Weightlifting Federation called Raji's actions unforgivable in its announcement that he has been banned from all sports facilities for the rest of his life, Al Jazeera reported. The head of the weightlifting team, Hamid Salahinya, has been relieved of his duties. Iran does not recognize Israel as a country and forbids its athletes to have any contact with their Israeli competitors. A lot of Iranian athletes often withdraw from competitions or fake injuries to avoid interacting with athletes from Israel. I thought that was like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? That's what they do? Wow. I just thought that was bullshit. Bullshit. So I tried to get Dom on today. He's golfing after he said that Hal hit one out of the park. And then I said, dude, I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. So yeah, we got nothing going on right now. I haven't heard from Josh, but I am doing the show. A little early today. Michigan gets off at 3 because of the Labor Day. And, so I said, you know what? Let me go do a show, get some stuff going. And this is a wild story. All right. let me, Teddy Bridgewater is going from 50 to 17, now to number 10 with the Lions, like anybody gives a shit. The Commanders sold out opening game against Arizona, so congrats. I mean, they usually don't sell out. Well, now you got rid of your Dan Snyder, the asshole owner. The Athletic had the top stadiums. That there's 30 because SoFi, you got the Chargers and the Rams, and MetLife, you got the Giants and the Jets. So number 1 is US Bank, the Vikes. Number 2 is SoFi. Number 3 is Lambeau. Number 4 is AT&T for the Cowboys. Number 5, Lumen Field and Arrowhead 6, Allegiant 7, Mercedes-Benz Atlanta is 8, 9 is Empower, Denver. Number 10 is Acrisure. It's still Three Rivers to me, or whatever you want to call it. For the Steelers, MetLife is 25th, which is a shithole. It really is. There's no amenities. It's got no flair. It sucks. I'm not a fan of it at all. No, not even close. And the last is FedEx Field. And shocking, Jamal Adams won't be playing against the Rams, but they did Julian Love, they signed to a 2-year, $12 million contract this offseason. Jamal Adams, thank God the Jets got rid of him because he, lack for a better word, sucks. He sucks. Not good. Yeah, not good at all. No, not good at all. So, yeah, I saw that. I was like, holy shit, man. Jamal Adams, thank God they got rid of him. You don't need him. Ronald Acuna yesterday became the first player ever to be a 30 home run, 60 stolen bases. He's actually got 62 in the season, hit a grand slam, and married his wife because her visa was running out. And if they didn't get married on Thursday, got married, I think, Thursday afternoon. He would have had to wait 3 months to marry his Venezuelan wife. So, yeah. That was very strange. I have it on Do Not Disturb, and yeah, that should never happen. No, that should never happen at all. So who knows what happened there? So I was talking about, so Acuna, 30-62, got married, hit a grand slam for his 30th home run, and then he got to third base, and Jason sent me something, and I was like, dude, he really annoys me. He stopped at third, did a little step, and then went around. I said, if that happened, he said, that's something that would bother Puppet. I said, oh, yeah. Now, if people don't know me, my nickname growing up was Puppet, and some people use my nickname for me still. I said I would bean him in the head the next time he came up. Yeah, him, I don't get it. The whole stupid run around the bases, act like you've been there before. He did a little slide and everything. That's what pissed me off. So he hit a grand slam. Mookie Betts hit 2 to get to 38, which is a career high, and he's approaching 98 RBIs, 251 home runs for his career. And they won 8-7, the Braves over the Dodgers in LA. It's a 4-game series between the two best teams in the West. Yeah, it should be a hell of a series. But yeah, how about that? Get him married, go to 30-60 in the season. He could be another 40-40 guy. But I mean, that's pretty impressive to 30 home runs, 60 RBIs. And I know it's the bases and everything, but he is a hell of a talent after getting injured last season. The Nets, Harry Giles, who hasn't played in the NBA since 2020-21 with Portland, was the 17th pick in the 2020 draft out of Duke. Said he's young. He's in the front court. And what Billy Reinhart said, Trendon Watford, okay. Darius Basley and Day'Ron Sharpe. I know Day'Ron Sharpe. The other two guys, I don't know. I mean, this is front court competition for the Nets, who are going to be quite shitty, I think, this season. And I've been trying to get on Javi to talk, but Javi's always too goddamn busy. Someone, now we got the ACC, SMU. You have Stanford and Cal. They're all big in Olympic sports, especially Cal and Stanford. And SMU is not going to take a share from the ACC for 7 years. They're going to get a bump of over $70 million. And Cal and Stanford are going to get partial shares, but they also can get more with NCAA tournaments, if they do well. This all starts next season. And UNC was against it, but now they're going to have 17 teams playing football, I guess, and Notre Dame plays all ACC sports except football. But now a 17-team conference. You have all these super conferences and everything. It's pretty crazy, right? I mean, you think about it. It's happening, right? I mean, now you have the Pac-2 and the American Athletic Conference says they don't want Washington State. They don't want Oregon State. We're going to see how that goes going forward. You know what? I mean, I don't think the Pac-12 is done. Now it's the Pac-2, and just crazy, right? And last night I'm watching some football. So they had a Reddit college football put up Miami and SMU, with the Pony Express, and they got the death sentence. SMU and Miami had all the problems off the field. They had that guy with the Ponzi schemes. So they had a collage, a montage from Scarface. They should have been playing "Take It to the Limit, Limit." That would have been kind of funny. So ASU 24-21 over Southern Utah. That kid Rashada had a great first drive. They were up 21-7 at the break. There was rainstorms. They had a weather delay for 2 hours, lightning and everything, dust storm. The game ended New York local time, East Coast local time, 4 a.m. So I stayed up, couldn't sleep last night. I ended up watching the rest of Twisted Metal, which I actually liked, and they left it open. There's a whole second season. I mean, I don't know how it's not going to get picked up. They left it that there's going to be a season 2, which to me, I guess seems like, I don't want to give too much away, but seems like a movie I've seen before if they're going to a second season. But I liked it. I liked all the characters. I thought it was well done. And yeah, I'd recommend it. And What We Do in the Shadows, I think they finished their season. They put up 2 episodes today. Funny. Hal likes that show a lot. So I actually watched the whole pretty much second half of Minnesota was down 7-3 to Nebraska. And then it was 10-3. And man, what a Daniel Jackson caught a ball and had the wherewithal to keep his left foot up as he dragged his right foot on the turf to get the touchdown, make it 10-10. Well, they were down 10-3, and Nebraska was driving. So, and they were trying to run out clock. Well, they got a fumble, got the touchdown, got the ball back, a bad interception by Nebraska, and then got a game-winning field goal last play of the game by Dragan Kisic, 47 yards to win it. Minnesota, 5th straight win against Nebraska, longest since 1940-49. Nebraska, 4th straight opening loss, longest since 1942-47. I mean, crazy, right? Longest since 1942-47. And Nebraska going into the game, last 2 years, 2-13 in one-score games. Most losses in FBS, led in 9 of those 13 losses. So take it into this year, they're now 2-14 over the last 3 seasons in one-score games. And they have been, in those 14 losses, 10 of them, they have been leading. Now, Matt Rule, a better team. I still don't think they're that good. I don't think Minnesota's that good. That quarterback they had in was not great, but they got the win. And I saw some of that. Yeah, watched the whole second half of that. I saw the first play of the game. Utah got a touchdown. They were up 17-3. It was 24-11. And what did they say? Mertz threw for over 300 yards, but 25 of his completions were between 0 and 9 yards. They really didn't let him rip it open. And Billy Napier could be in big trouble. Big trouble with Florida. Big trouble. I mean, this could be a really ugly season. They said, man, Anthony Richardson, what he did last year with what he had, think about this year, not good. And Iowa's offensive coordinator, Brian Ferentz, basically is on a 1-year deal. They have to average 25 points per game and win 7 games, including regular season and a possible bowl game. 25 points a game. Yeah. Good luck with that. Yeah. And I mean, now they play against a shitty team tomorrow, and we'll see what happens going forward. But I mean, they had one of the defensive backs was the 3rd leading touchdown on pick sixes. I mean, they were terrible last year. They were absolutely terrible. They were on offensive ineptitude last year. And the Notre Dame AD said ACC home for our Olympic sports. Thank you, Luke DeCacchia. Okay. Olympic sports, which are great. But, people are bashing, about the ACC. Well, who's going to want to watch Cal versus Boston College? Well, who's going to want to watch UCLA versus Rutgers? Same shit. I mean, it's a lot of travel for that's what it's going to hurt. The non money sports, basically basketball and football. I mean, that's a lot of traveling for these athletes. That's cross country not on charter flights, on, regular flights. And Jalen Milroe, who filled in one game last year, accuracy. They said he's a hell of an athlete, strong arm, but not very accurate. He's going to start against Middle Tennessee tomorrow for Bama. We'll see how that goes in that game. Canada was favored by 20 over Spain. They lost 69-65. The Sun, 25-11, are at the 26-7 Liberty tonight. And the Aces beat the Mystics 84-75. They're 31-6. the Mystics are 17-19. Sparks lost to the Storm yesterday, so they fell out of the 8th spot. So it's really tight in the spots for the WNBA playoffs. How about this? November 21st, 2002, Ben Wallace had 12 points, 19 rebounds, 10 blocks against the Heat. And Eddie Jones said, "We weren't looking at the rim, we were looking at him." Thank you, Wilt Stats, for that. USA beat Montenegro 85-73, had to come back. It sounded like that Montenegro played a little bit of a rougher style of play, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So, yeah, I just realized that. So I switched stuff around today, but I realized I did not do a good job on that because I use my phone for everything, and now I'm not using my phone. It's all right. You know what? It's a journey. We try what we can. We do what we can. We do what we can, and that's all we can do in this world we call the world. Now, yeah. Also, this was a crazy story. So, what did I saw this from this on SI. In August 31st, 1987, minor league catcher Dave Bresnahan pulled an on-field prank involving a potato. He was a catcher for the Williamsport Bills, Cleveland's AA affiliate at the time, carved a potato looked like a baseball, then used it to dupe a runner to running home, where he was waiting with the real ball to tag him out. He was 25, had a fight for playing time as the Williamsport backup catcher. Couldn't hit his way out of a wet paper bag, is what they say. 150 in 52 games. They were mired in a lousy season and route to a 16-79 finish. He decided it was time to have a little fun. It was the final week of the season, and the Bills were playing a doubleheader. Most of his teammates were in on the prank, as well as the team's pitching coach. He didn't tell the manager, Orlando Gomez, which can't be good. He decided that the right time to pull a stunt was with a runner on third and 2 outs. The 5th inning, he put his plan in motion. He goes, "There was a larger catcher's glove that I kept in my bag in the dugout." He said, "I told the umpire that my glove broke and I needed to get another glove." He said, "Oh, yeah, sure. Go to the dugout. Of course, all my teammates know what's going on, and they've got me almost bursting out laughing as the pitcher delivered the pitch, took out the potato out of his glove and held it in his bare hand. He caught the pitch and then threw the potato to third, where the third baseman purposely let it sail into the outfield. The opposing third base coach, the opposing third base coach yelled at the runner to go home, and when he got there, he was waiting with the ball. He had been told by an umpire friend that his stunt shouldn't result in a run being awarded, but the umps calling the game did allow the run to score, much to Bresnahan's disappointment. Gomez pulled him from the game after the stunt. The next day, he was released. He got 15 minutes of fame, including a trip to Yankee Stadium to appear on NBC's Game of the Week. Even today, the stunt lives in infamy. I don't know. You know what? I feel like I read that and I think it's fun and all, but this is professional baseball, dude. And I read that and I was like, unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're done. And now. Discard.